Jared Moskowitz. You see the surprise there in the Senate race. Is it happening in a House race for a DSA candidate?
All right.
It is not. Jared Moskowitz, I think that's Broward.
You got Florida numbers coming in early.
It's roughly a third for each one of these.
How we doing?
So
How we doing? Check in, check in.
Here, and Moskowitz is from Broward.
That sucks.
We got the early vote, and there's Moskowitz with a 30-point advantage over Larkin here. So again, the advantage that Nixon
Jared Moskowitz sucks
in that Senate race, leading in Broward County as a whole. Remember, this is just a slice of Broward, a slice of Miami-Dade, a slice of Palm Beach County, and we thought demographically it might be conducive to Moskowitz. Moskowitz, NBC News projects, survives this primary from Oliver Larkin, the DSA-backed candidate. Now the question is,
so Moskowitz won that
face in the general election. We don't have
He's so bad.
numbers yet here. I imagine they're going to populate any second.
Yeah, they'll populate in the next few minutes.
Yep, it's just the system is getting I would say it's a ton of numbers coming in, so our system, it takes a second to filter them into the right race as these numbers come in. You just saw them come in there in the Democratic race. Scott Singer, the mayor of Boca, I think a lot of folks.
Florida numbers coming in quick.
Be the favorite here. We just got the numbers. And interestingly, wow, George Moraitis.
Check in, guys. How we doing? How we doing?
Let's call this up. All we have is Broward. All we have is the early vote, and 39-24. That said, Singer's base is going to be up here in Palm Beach County. So he's a little bit outside of his base right here, not finishing in second, but currently running in second. Let's see what happens for Singer.
What up, President
when
Reagan?
Palm Beach comes in his Boca base, if that upends these numbers. But early on, he's running in second there to George Moraitis, Dan Franzese.
Good evening.
Joe
What up, Nura?
Who ran? He ran against Moskowitz in 24, again in a different district. So much musical chairs here in South Florida. He's running in fourth right there. Again, the winner of this is going to get Moskowitz. Where else do we have votes right now that we can take you to?
Things tightened up in Florida 9 that we were looking at earlier in that Republican race.
Okay, Florida 9. Yeah, so that must mean, this is all about geographic division. Indian River came in for Green, right? Green, and again, the plurality of votes in this district are going to come from Indian River County, and there's Green leading, okay? There's Shalafo leading in Osceola with 3/4 in. And also we got this is
House
about,
primary here.
This is less than 10% of the district is going to be in Orange County.
We covering some Republicans here.
Jorge Martinez is
Hello,
there,
Yumi.
but leading him narrowly. So what that works out to is an advantage for Green right now. But what I think is, and then you work your way down here, 17% is Ben Butler. Now, what I think is interesting here is what's not filled in, and this becomes a real big question. Highlands County is going to be just about 20% of the vote.
My endorsement lost already. It was quick.
In this district.
I don't have any other endorsements.
In
what up, the Vatican?
County. This is where Ben Butler is from, and just sort of culturally and
I wanted Jared Moskowitz to lose.
These counties here
and he already won, so that sucks.
The rest of the district. Remember, Republicans.
I wanted Oliver Larkin to beat him.
To turn it into a Trump district. They did that by dipping into this part of the state, which they call sort of heartland Florida. It's rural, it is extremely Republican, and it is Ben Butler's home area. And that's why, so far, Okeechobee, the one county from that region that we've seen come back, looks so different than the others. Look at the number Ben Butler's putting up right there. If he puts up anything like that in Highlands County, which is almost 20% of the vote in this district. And also, there's a little bit of Glades County here, too. Between these two places we haven't seen anything from yet. If Butler is able to replicate anything approaching this, he gets, that number is going to zip up. He's down 7,200, right, total votes right now. And where's Butler? He's running 2,500 behind. Huge number out of Highlands can change things in a hurry. That said, still have a lot of vote to come in Indian River County. Green is leading the way there.
Got a few primaries
Butler's
today, y'all.
20 points behind him.
Who's that?
So that,
Angie Nixon.
But this is
what state?
Really, but this is a big moment to get that Highlands County number when that comes in. Adam, maybe we could set some kind of an alert. Where else can we look here? The 7th district. It looks like in Corey Mills district we're getting a little bit more. What do we have? Do we have some Florida, same day here now?
Yeah, Volusia? We got a second update out of Volusia.
So how the difference
when is
between the same day here?
Florida Senate? Oh, you're talking about for governor?
I don't have it quite broken out.
It's gotten closer
into the system, but yeah, I can just talk basically
She's running for
how
U.S.
the
Senate?
first two vote reports reported.
Right.
I'm not
So
seeing.
in
When is the
first
Senate
one,
primary for Florida?
Mills was winning that with 43%
Right.
over Elijah 36%. And in the most recent update, which was 3,000 votes, Elijah was winning that 46-34.
So there, I mean, this
There.
is
Why-
this is interesting because
Oh,
the
special
MAGA vote
results. I see.
tends to be more that election day. Is Mills
we
going to
go.
get the MAGA? Now this is 3,000. This might be kind of an
I
outlier.
don't know why that wasn't
but
in the.
is this telling
I
us
see. I see.
that
I
Elijah
got it.
might be
I got it.
might be outperforming Mills with the election
go.
day vote? And if that's the case, again, Mills would be in big trouble because
California.
look, he jumped out to a lead in the early vote here in Volusia, and now if Elijah keeps hitting the election day vote at the clip Adam just said, Elijah would probably catch Mills with the remaining vote there in Volusia County. You know, we have to see if it looks any different in Seminole County, but potentially that is, this is an incumbent who's clearly in some trouble right now. Some big trouble there in the 7th
In
district.
Alaska.
In the 6th, I did want to check in. We said we thought Randy Fine would likely be okay. This is what it looks like.
Ew.
This is just one county here, Lake County. We're getting a part of Lake County in. Fine leading that by about 35 points. Again, 7th district.
Boy, Israel's got its claws in Florida between Moskovitz and Randy Fine. Holy shit.
We've got some numbers. This is Kathy Castor, the Democrat. Again.
Holy.
We've got it. We've actually got a result here. Okay, so this is significant.
Floor Israel.
Mike Beltran is a former state legislator from Hillsborough County. NBC News is projecting will win the Republican primary in Florida's 14th congressional district. He's defeating another former state legislator, Kevin Steele. There were questions about Steele's residency. The district that he represented in the state legislature was actually from Pasco County, so none of the constituents from his legislative district were actually in this district. They both were self-funding. They are large parts of their campaign, millions spent
Florida
on each
primary.
side. Mike Beltran wins that nomination. And again, Beltran now will face off against Kathy Castor, Democrat. She's been in office 20 years. Her mother, Betty Castor, you may know the name, longtime fixture in Florida Democratic politics, nearly won a seat in the United States.
So welcome, guys. If you're just joining us, we started right away with the Kornacki cam, obviously, with he's a big numbers guy. We like numbers, even though I'm bad at them. So we got a Florida Senate primary special election, and Angie Nixon has a lead over Alex Vindman in Florida. You got a special election in California to replace Eric Swalwell. You got a primary for Florida governor, as well as House and Attorney General. And again, the special election for Florida Senate. Wyoming. Okay, we got Wyoming primary. And we got Alaska. That's what we got going on today on Tuesday, primary day. But also, like, kind of some sideshow stuff. We got Jake Lang coming to Minnesota here soon. This is for newsworthy purposes only. Twitch or all of this shit, because there's going to be some bad. So Jake Lang's counter-protesters Sieg Heil outside Henry Ford Library in Dearborn.
Yes, men, after World War II, they joined Egypt, they joined Syria, they joined Jordan, and they fought against Israel because they knew Zionism was the new center of Jewish power. Whites and Arabs in one struggle against the...
Remember yesterday when I was like, we need to maybe redefine. Nah, we don't actually. No, do that in Minneapolis in a couple days, please. Yeah, do all that. Wow. Oh, wow. Just a shit show. So you got literal Nazis going out to troll Nazis. Wow. Isn't America in such a good place? We're doing so good. Golly, dude. Our country is just the pinnacle of progress.
This is an overwhelmingly
just the pinnacle of progress, huh? Golly, America, land of the free. America. What a beautiful country we have, isn't it? Holy shit. Just absolutely just
She's the establishment
so
candidate.
good,
You had a
dude.
Democratic socialist
Our country
senator
is so
Biden,
good.
who's getting some traction running with that
The hottest, right? We're the hottest
but
country.
Not so much tonight, right?
Well, and I think, more to that point, Tom.
Alex
in the
Vindman's an
25th
APAC guy?
district,
That makes
also have a
sense.
call here in the Democratic primary, Jared Moskowitz, who is being challenged by
that.
Oliver Larkin, who is
That
a
sucks,
Democratic
man.
Socialist of
He
America
needed more help.
candidate. Again, this is
He needed way more support. Like, I don't know. there was mainstream support for Abdul Al Sayed, and I feel like that was it.
Yeah, it continues to be the story.
And then Tiffany Hong had populist support, but not really like beyond that. Like the amount of people that showed up for Abdul Al Sayed, all you guys' favorite content creators were out there. Nobody showed up for Tiffany Hong, really. And then
number of counties now, as the election day vote comes in, her totals are getting better and better. And you can see that's an 8-point margin essentially she has over Vindman. So
what strain should we smoke tonight?
You're seeing something there that the left, I think, will crow about if this holds, but not necessarily in some of those House districts.
GMO OG.
Studying that race. Okay, Steve, thank you. Always great to have you. As the midterm battle.
Okay, folks, I appreciate Tom rolling with us here because there's just we're juggling a lot, as I think you are, and I don't want to lose
new numbers in Florida.
This is the most
a numbers sound. Let's go.
That we've seen. Again, the others are kind of going to form. This is the one that's I think a surprise to a lot of folks, and that Nixon lead here. Again,
Nixon's got a lead.
She has going for her.
GMO cookies, let's get it.
The two main things she has going for her here, are the fact that she's ahead, but it's that she's doing better with the election day vote. And it's just, so even in the counties, as we're showing you, even in the counties that are Vindman's shade of blue, right, a place like Lee County, Sarasota was a good one to show you here, you know, where Vindman's getting a big chunk of the vote that's coming in now in these places isn't nearly as pro-Vindman as this total. It's this election day vote that's coming in that's much more Nixon. Now, where is their outstanding vote here? Remember, right here.
I know Vindman, but I don't know Nixon's platform.
The panhandle polls don't close here for another 25 minutes.
Thank you, Suzanne.
How many votes are here in a Democratic primary? Not many. Probably 3 to 4%. We'll say about 4% of the votes in a statewide Democratic primary are going to come out of these panhandle counties. So, you know, in theory, it's an opportunity there for Vindman. But look, so far, it's Nixon who's winning. These are overwhelmingly Republican counties, but it's Nixon who's winning. Look at this. It's Nixon who's winning up here. Leon County, this is one of the first that we saw come in tonight. Jefferson County kind of get into that, into the bend there.
I don't know a whole lot other than Florida's super Republican.
So yes, the left here.
The left.
There'll probably be some debate. What was this?
What the hell?
What does this represent? If this is something that holds here, there was a lot of talk that, you know, again, Vindman was kind of asleep at the wheel with his campaign. As a result like this speak to his failures as a candidate? Does it speak to something that Nixon herself tapped into? She didn't have nearly the kind of resources that Vindman did to
not
get a
exciting.
message out. But something has resonated here in a very big way to have a result like this that I think goes so counter to what expectations were.
Thank you, St. Jupiter Pump, for the follow. You're awesome.
Yeah, Nixon continues to lead there by 18 points. Broward County up to nearly 80% of the vote. She is not winning in Palm Beach County. So
I don't know.
I don't want to
internal, especially Democrat politics in Florida, guys. I have no idea. I'm not even going to pretend like I do.
You tell me if I should.
I got you guys on Minnesota, Wisconsin, Midwest states.
Okay. Then I do want to just not lose sight of what's happening in the House races, because it looks like in the 7th district.
We got to learn, though. This is what we learn.
Again, this is Corey Mills, embattled Republican incumbent. He is now fallen behind Ryan Elijah. And why?
This is also help us in the future so we know how to win.
It's what we said.
Kornacki gives us the blueprint on how to win.
Told us about the first 3,000 votes of Election Day vote in Volusia County, breaking for Elijah. I said, maybe it's an outlier. Let's see more. Now we've seen more. More Election Day voters come in. It continues. Elijah is pouring it on with the Election Day vote. He's now taken the lead in the count in Volusia County, narrowly. But he's
really quick, we got a chatter on TikTok. You guys says, I went to Vindman's town hall in TikTok, in Twitch, whatever. Chatter in Twitch. I went to Vindman's town hall in Indian River County, and he ran from questions. Oof.
I think likely here to expand on this in Volusia as the remaining vote comes in. Now, Volusia
can't run from questions.
Is about 45% of the vote in this district. We need to see Seminole. Is Seminole going to look like Volusia, or is it going to look different? For Mills now, it's got to look different. Otherwise, we've been tracking them. We've had a number of incumbents lose primaries this year, House primaries. We saw John Larson, Democrat, go down in Connecticut last week. Is Mills about to join Larson and a number of others on that list? Certainly, what's happening in Volusia County suggests that distinct possibility. We have had. It looks like more has come in the
Corey Mills going to lose his spot.
District. Let me take a look there. Yes, Highlands County. We said, what was Butler's number going to be? Well, Butler got the lead. This is the early vote. Ben Butler with the lead in Highlands County, nothing like he did in Okeechobee. It's 32. It's only 10 over Greene. That's good news for Greene. Greene is pulling out this kind of number in Indian River, which is the biggest single source of votes in this district. Go far from Indian River County into Heartland, Florida. Okay, it's Ben Butler's backyard. Ben Butler's leading it, but Greene is second and only 10 points behind him there. Greene is beating Butler by 20 points, right, in his neck of the woods, a little bit more than 20. In the heart of Butler country, you would say Butler's only beating Greene by 10 right now. What that nets out to is Greene is leading. This is narrow. Greene, though, is leading Butler by about 1,200 votes. In Chalifo, meanwhile, powered by Osceola, right?
We did make a new call in Florida House 6, the Randy Fine race.
We've called it for Randy Fine.
Yes.
Okay.
Ew.
Called it for Randy Fine.
Yuck.
Chalifo here.
Yeah, the guy who was committing a felony today. Yeah, this guy is in our government. That's why no one should take the American government serious.
So right now,
It is not a serious thing. This shit's a joke.
In 63 in Orange. Again, Orange
This
is less than
slob.
It's about 21% of the vote is going to come out of Osceola County. It's the most complete
Slobs for Israel.
district, outside of Okeechobee,
Ew.
which is very small. So Chalifo is kind
Who's
of
going against
leading
Dan?
Greene's
What the
neck right
fuck?
now, but I think that the Chalifo has sort of
Yeah, here was Randy Fine.
sort of fruit and now.
Here's Randy Fine just going through someone's mail. Without canvassing. I'll just go through your mail. Trying to see if there's a check from Israel you can steal in there or something. Yep. He's the Republican nominee for his House district. Hopefully he can lose in the general. Yeah, Larkin already lost. I seen that. Moskowitz is so bad, but he wears shoes, and then when the he'll like fall in. It's so bad because Moskowitz volunteered for Doge. He's very like pro-Israel in like disgusting ways.
So I would look at Greene.
He's like a
and I would
smaller
look
version
at
of
Butler
Fetterman.
right now, perhaps more than Greene and Chalifo, despite Chalifo being in second place. Okay, where else do we have numbers?
We've had some
Palm Beach came in.
Yeah, we've had some developments in 24 and 19. I've been interested in your take in 24.
Yeah, let's get 24 up. Okay, so we're looking at, we have Miami, we have a sort of a split here. Oliver Gilbert, okay. Chevron Jones, state senator in the Broward County portion of this district, is leading Oliver Gilbert by 9. Kendrick Meek, so okay, one thing we can see in the 24th district overall is that the Meek comeback, the third generation attempt by the Meek family to win this seat, not going to happen. So this is now a race between Oliver Gilbert and Chevron Jones. And I had a note on this that I want to keep in mind here. So there is a geographic split here, right? Oliver Gilbert is the Miami Gardens mayor. This is the Miami-Dade portion of the district, and Chevron Jones is a state senator. I'm sorry. This is the note I had. Let me just read this to myself because I want to pull sort of bigger lead with the early vote. Okay.
Really quick, here's Jared Moskowitz earlier in the year, or a couple years ago.
In Congress, the support for Israel is
And it's the same lady who was pushing back on Larkin, too, ironically.
100% universal, but almost universal, bipartisan, bicameral. And yet, we are watching in the Biden administration as well, or watching as the air offensive continues and the images of what the Gazan civilians are enduring there. You hear the narrative nationwide begin to erode in that support. I know you and your colleagues are working on resolutions in support. What more can Congress do to set the narrative? You know,
Set the narrative, right? Which, as you know, she pushed back against Oliver Larkin for calling Israel's genocide of Gaza a genocide. How do you set the narrative? I was expecting him to respond. Oh yeah, there it was. Or you have Jared Moskowitz. I'm a DeSantis Democrat.
I'm a twice appointed Ron DeSantis Democrat. I'm a twice
Twice appointed Ron DeSantis Democrat. Big APAC guy.
Leading. And
Yeah,
Big APAC
what
guy.
that poll
But like
found,
he writes mean tweets at Trump sometimes and wears
that
white
Joe
shoes.
was
So like
leading
establishment
among
liberals
people
love
who
him.
had already
So
cast their vote, early voters,
he says mean
40
stuff to Trump on Twitter.
To Gilbert.
That's all I need.
okay, so it's certainly suggested, and we know the polls have been a little spotty in places this year, but if there's something to that,
It's going down in Dearborn.
With the
I'm gonna.
election day
I don't.
That's what I was trying to get at right there. So
I don't
very
care.
close, but that's,
I hope
you
they
know,
all lose. Is that? I hope all the Nazis that are there. There's Nazis fighting Nazis.
Gilbert's source of
You got literal Nazis fighting Nazis over Jake Lang. I don't care.
some indications of
Is that okay?
better with the election day vote. Okay, that's
I'm not missing anything.
overwhelmingly
Are we missing something?
We just got an update in Florida 22.
Yeah.
This shit's coming back to Minneapolis in a couple days. I'll deal with it then.
Okay.
I could care
Casey
less.
Asker,
I'm sorry.
NBC News projects
That shit
will
is slop.
win the Republican nomination for Congress
Slop.
in the 22nd congressional district. I believe we might already have it. Yes, he will face Pia Dandia in the general election. Pia Dandia, a former White House fellow under both Democratic and Republican administrations. She's championed by national Democrats. They've been excited about her candidacy. She wins her primary as expected with ease, and she will face off again against Corey Asker. Now, Corey Asker had run originally a number of years ago. Casey Asker had run a number of years ago, a near miss in a Republican primary for Congress against Byron Donalds. He ended up suing Donalds for campaign tactics after that primary. Some thought that might negatively affect Asker in this race.
Hey, thank you, Powder Linux, for subbing for 3 months.
For Republicans that would appear in the gubernatorial race, but not the case. This is Asker's base, Collier County. He wins big there. This is the biggest part of this district. Almost half the vote comes out of Collier County. You're winning that 2-1 if you're Asker. And then right next door, Hendry, this is small. But between these two counties where you got results, it's more than half the vote. Then meanwhile, you get to inland Broward County, and look at that. Asker is in the game there, so that adds up to an easy
Who's
victory
excited for Pete
Asker.
Buttigieg?
He'll be the Republican nominee again against Pia Dandia. And this is, I'm sorry, that's the Collier County vote. This district under these redrawn lines went for Trump by 10 points, a little bit more than 10 points in 2024. Okay, so that's 22. Again, that's one of those districts. Republicans
James
are targeting
Fishbeck losing his
redistricting,
primary?
trying to flip. Check back in on the Senate race. Again, Ashley Moody. We should ask if there's going to be a little.
Yeah, just a reminder, the polls close in all of Florida
Oh
at
my
the top of the
gosh, thank
hour.
you. That's
and
right.
then I would expect, that race and maybe some others
Here
to
I am
follow
trying
at
to
the top of the
Yep,
hour.
he's losing.
The time zones. We are still right. We cannot make any declaration in races where polls are still open, and the Panhandle still open in a statewide race. No declaration. But I mean, again, you can see, we are.
Who's
just
David
about the
Jolly? I
entire
don't even know
map.
who
Yeah,
that
the
is.
entire non-Panhandle map is filled in now.
Mixing up by 8 in the Florida
Tell me, Adam,
Senate.
are there some complete counties
Yep,
here?
I got that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of complete counties
What's
there.
a big complete county I can?
We got
mean,
Sarasota, St.
Duval,
John's,
look at-
Pasco, Hillsborough.
Angie Nixon still's holding a lead.
Yeah, where did Sarasota land? Still, I bet that's
Still holding a lead, you guys.
63. Yeah, Palm Beach is at 90. I mean, yeah, this is a total disaster if you're Vindman. This is we'll see how Democrats
total disaster.
react to what again, we'll see what the Panhandle brings here. But the numbers in the non-Panhandle part of the state are an absolute disaster for Alex Vindman in a campaign that was that was taking heat in the final days.
I didn't even know he was running.
For maybe being complacent. So
Yeah.
we'll leave this here for a minute with
What did
Panhandle polls
Vindman?
closing
What is he
in 10
known
minutes.
for,
That's
anyways?
true as
Again, what did he
well.
do?
In the Republican side, Ashley Moody, the appointed incumbent. These are not surprises. What you're seeing in these results. Take a look at
Did
the
he do
governor's
something
race here.
important?
On the Republican side, again, Byron Donalds still hovering right. It's been right there at that 50-25 mark all night. Collins.
Smoke
this would
more
be
weed?
base.
Oh, dang.
You know,
Okay. I thought
Hillsborough
you never
County,
asked. Let's
he's
go.
running at
420
30%,
friendly
still losing it. Actually, he's getting
primary
some votes up here,
coverage.
I should say. He's getting some votes up in North Florida, small counties.
We did get an update in Florida 7 as well.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Vindman's very
Let's take a look at it,
pro-Ukraine.
'cause there's a lot.
Yeah,
Okay.
Unfortunately, that's
wow.
GMO cookies is really good.
Wow. Huge
That's
update.
not really on the Richter scale
said,
for
is
what's
Seminole County
relevant for
going to be
Americans.
different
I'm
than
just being
Volusia
honest
County?
with you. I'm just
It
being
is.
straight with you.
It's more pro-Elijah. It's more anti-Mills. Mills is in deep, deep trouble.
Like,
District.
I'm just being real. Ukraine, Ukraine ain't even on the
But what are the ingredients?
in the top
Volusia County, a little bit less than half
list
the vote.
of issues
What happened?
for Americans.
Mills won the
right
early
now.
vote.
Or at
The
least right
election
now.
day vote
It's
broke
not.
sharply,
Just being
has been
honest. I'm
breaking
just being
sharply for
100.
Elijah, who's taken the lead in the count there. The expectation would be that that number is going to increase as more election day vote comes in. Then next door in Seminole County, we just got the early vote, and Elijah is crushing Mills. And if form holds, where the election day vote is better for Elijah than the early vote, as is the case clearly in Volusia, then this is only going to expand. And so what right now?
I didn't lose support
is
for
the
Ukraine.
6-point
I'm
range for Elijah.
being honest about the.
You could
Listen,
make a case is going to grow.
I'm back to covering the downfall of the United States of America. Okay. So today we're covering the primary for this year's election, but the overall theme is the downfall of our country. Okay, that's where I'm at with it. I hope the best for Ukraine. I support Ukraine. I will only push the truth when it comes to what's happening. I will combat lies. However, when I say that Ukraine is not a top issue for Americans in this election, it's not. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not saying it because I'm like, I don't want people to support Ukraine. I'm just like, it's just not a top problem in the United States for Americans to be voting for, like it was maybe in during the midterms in 24 or in 22, whatever.
Certainly a good way to get name recognition in a district.
Like it was more of a big deal back in in that time period for Americans at least.
So we've called so far. Again, to keep you apprised of this.
And if anything, now because Trump launched another war with Israel on Iran, that, I mean, and then you got affordability in the United States, the cost of living crisis, you got housing crisis. We got significant problems, like foundational issues before Ukraine gets into the, and like,
this is very, very small, but Glade's coming in there.
Just the way it is.
For Butler as expected.
Yeah,
This is the
got a lot going on.
Core of the district, waiting to see, the next shoe to drop in Indian River. We've got early vote. Is the election day vote going to look like it? Is it going to look different?
I wish that the mainstream energy of Ukraine wasn't trying to court MAGA for the past 4 years. Ever since Russia invaded Ukraine, the driving force behind that have been doing nothing but trying to gain more mainstream right-wing support. And I have said from the beginning that is a losing strategy. The right wing doesn't care about anything but themselves at all. A period. Like, I'm talking about the train. Like, you got some people that are conservative that will support Ukraine for sure. Most actually. But the driving force of the Republican Party and MAGA are the polar opposite of what you need to support a country at war, especially a country that loves to be the perpetrator of war. They want to be the ones doing the war. Like, they're jealous. They wish they could be Russia, actually, doing what Russia's doing to Ukraine, to various countries. That's what Stephen Miller and the Trump administration wishes. So that whole energy have been pushing, and like the energy that should be there, if you really want to get more Americans to support Ukraine, is you got to debate it out and battle it out with socialists and people that will care and people that have been lied to by Russian media, just like MAGA is, but like people on the far left have what's called empathy. Okay. And when Russia's invading Ukraine in a faraway place, you need empathy. So the idea that there was a mainstream effort still to this day to court people that do not have empathy at all, and then you want to play games as well and continue to, oh, maybe Trump will help Ukraine now. Trump will help Ukraine. And like you're gonna push people away to where they're like, that's a Republican issue. You know what I mean? Like that's an issue for Republicans, and that's what I've heard from people. But the actual winning strat should have been to push the issue to the far left and get people that were socialists and people that are actually anti-war to understand the truth about Ukraine. And like, you got to do a little debate and do a little work there and like tell them that they're wrong. But no, it's far easier to court MAGA for some reason. Like, how's that going? So that's why there's like many factors as to why Ukraine is not in the top issues for Americans. And pushing away people that were on the left away from that was definitely one of the reasons. As you can see, there's like, at least in these primary elections, there are politicians that are like against the grain that are winning. Not in every election, but also there's an energy behind them, isn't there? Like every week we're looking for who's the next anti-establishment candidate that's going to topple the establishment. Oh, but when it comes to Ukraine, they love the establishment. They love establishment people. They love MAGA, or like they want MAGA. And it's like, that is that is a losing strat in America for trying to get Americans to support a faraway cause. Okay? I'm not taking away from the people that still support Ukraine. Like, keep doing that for sure. I'm talking about people that are like, why isn't Ukraine the big deal? And it's like, because you're courting the wrong people. You're doing the wrong thing when America is moving away from the establishment, or trying to. You know, we got a big establishment, so it's like still going to be an effort. Like, America in general, as a whole, is trying to move away from establishment politics. As fucked up as MAGA is, they are a response to that as well. They are an anti-establishment right-wing shit. Okay, and the Democratic Party, there's a similar energy, but not the same context in terms of what they're fighting for. Like, people that are running like in DSA aligned, which they're not even socialists, like, or like I will say it again, Abdul al-Sayed is not a socialist, he's a capitalist. But like, because he's fighting for health care, because he's fighting for basic needs of Americans, he's called of all types of leftist things, all types of leftward things, because he's just trying to fight for the basic needs for Americans instead of giving infinite money to Israel and continuing to make our living situation worse. So if you want more Americans to support Ukraine, which is a just cause, which is an actual issue that you would rally people that are anti-war behind, in which, oh man, Ukraine has to defend itself, similar to how you'll have people that will defend Hamas. Okay, I'm not saying Ukraine is Hamas, no way I'm going to say that, but you will have people in that conflict, right? And they will argue empathetically as to how Hamas rose to its power and why it even exists, right? Like, why is there a violent resistance to Israel? And then you got to unpack that a little bit. Doesn't mean you're justifying Hamas's existence. You're not justifying the terrorism that can happen from it, but it's like you kind of come to an understanding as to why there's violent resistance in Palestine to Israel, right? Okay, so then leave that alone. Then you do the same thing with Ukraine when you understand why the regular, like, just countrymen of Ukraine, not violent people, not just regular people are getting drafted up, like teachers, scientists, you know, just regular like bus drivers, and they're getting sent to the front lines in Ukraine to go fight Russians because Russians continue to invade them. Russia's going to take Ukraine's identity away if they don't fight back. Certainly. And I think you could get more people that are actually anti-war on that than you will people that are trying to fucking bomb Iran. But what do I know? What do I know, right? I've only been semi-correct on most things. I was wrong about Kamala, but I mean, when it comes to Trump winning and everything we're going through, it's like, I didn't even have to predict it. It was written. And how Trump would abandon Ukraine, turn his back on all of our allies, have ICE agents, have mass deportation efforts, tariffs, defunding the NGOs completely, destroying them. I mean, name it. It was written beforehand, and we're going through it step by step. So again, I will reiterate, if you want more Americans to care about issues in Europe, especially right now, at any level, like, you got to be on board with non-MAGA politics. Like, if you're in Europe or you're in a foreign country, you're in Canada, like, there's no time for centrism in the United States. So you're not, your issue that America is doing to you, probably, right? Like, I mean, like, Trump administration's threatening Canada, they're threatening everyone. They're Greenland. And if you're one of our allies, or South Korea wants to be friends with Kim Jong-un again, So, like, get on board with the resistance inside the United States to this establishment and MAGA, or fuck off. Okay? I don't know, like, I'll just say it so clearly. Because if you're trying to be like a centrist type of person about the United States in this time, it's like, I'm not going to have respect for you. Like, what do you mean? How could you be a centrist in this time period? And right now, how could you be someone in the middle? Talk about a nothing position.
So I just point that out. I point that out with Ashley Moody, the appointed Republican incumbent in the Senate race there, ahead by 66 points. I point that out in the gubernatorial primary. Excuse me, I see check marks there.
Well, we're at 8 o'clock.
There it is. That's why I see check
David
marks.
Jolly gets it.
I was like, Falls Club. Okay, NBC News projects
the numbers
that
just
David
happened.
Jolly will win the Democratic nomination for governor in Florida. He will face off in the fall against Congressman Byron Donalds. NBC News projects will win the Republican primary. Donalds endorsed by Donald Trump at the start of his campaign, easily defeating Jay Collins, the Republican lieutenant governor. The surprise of the night, though, on the Senate side, not here, where NBC News projects that Ashley Moody, the appointed incumbent, will easily win the Republican primary. It's right here. NBC News projects
Vindman
that
L.
Nixon has defeated Alexander Vindman in the Democratic primary for the United States Senate in Florida. This one is a monster of an upset.
Goodbye.
Vindman raised a ton of money, came into this with a ton of national name recognition, national support in this race, and the hope of Democrats that he could make this, we're going to do news now here in a second, that he could make this a fight, put Florida on the map.
Is there another populism in this country that I'm just not aware of that exists? Like, what do you mean, bro? I'm not a soul. I am, again, chat, I am at the point of contact with many current events and, like, what the vibe is. Nobody I know has been like, hell yeah, brother, let's get Vindman in there. Not a soul I know. Not a fucking soul.
Steve to walk us through the results that we've got so far. Steve, all kinds of primaries being called right now. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, look, the votes came in real fast and a lot of clarity in Florida. Here's the surprise of the hour. It is in the race for the United States Senate, the Democratic primary here. Angie Dixon, an underfunded state legislator, has defeated handily
big money taking L's.
Vindman, this is a name I think folks might remember. He was the whistleblower at the heart of the 2019 impeachment of Donald Trump. He came into this with a ton of national support, a ton of national money.
That's not good enough, though.
There had been some concerns from Democratic leaders.
What else do you?
He was a bit complacent as a candidate.
Yeah, like,
wow, that proved to be true.
Yeah.
He's been upset by Angie Nixon. Nixon, who came at him.
Being a whistleblower of the Trump admin gives you what?
Socialists of America during this campaign.
You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck you mean? Okay, you told the truth. Let's elect this guy to president. What the fuck you like, bro? What are you talking about, dude?
Was appointed to replace him.
Buddy was in the administration.
Easily wins the Republican primary. This is not a race. This U.S. Senate race in Florida was not.
Why is that even good enough?
November, a top
it's sad. It's like the establishment Dems. If you push back against Trump, if like you were MAGA and then you push back against Trump just recently, and you were like just MAGA like 20 seconds ago, they'll be like, "Fuck yeah, get that guy, get them into office. We support them."
So that's the surprise of the hour statewide in Florida.
There's so many Republicans that are Democrats now. It's so wild.
Results too that have already come in
so many.
At the House level. There are a number of big House
and like their policies haven't changed.
Debbie Wasserman Schultz, again, big name nationally here, former chair of the Democratic.
Because MAGA's gone so far right.
Because of the redistricting that took place in Florida, Republicans redrawing maps. Wasserman Schultz actually chose to run in this district. She lives in a different one. There was some controversy. This is a plurality black district, but she ran here in a primary, and as you can see here, bit of a splintered, crowded field. She's emerged with a solid victory in this primary. This is an overwhelmingly Democratic district, so it looks like Wasserman Schultz is going to survive the redistricting wars in Florida. Another incumbent here, well, let me show you the Democratic side. Another incumbent here who faced a challenge. This one's interesting in light of what we just showed you in that Senate race. Oliver Larkin is a Democratic Socialists of America endorsed candidate running against Jared Moskowitz, Democratic congressman here. This is
There
in South
wasn't
Florida,
enough energy
Broward,
behind,
Palm Beach,
like,
Miami-Dade, along
there
the
wasn't
coast.
enough attention on
Moskowitz,
this. There should have been.
easily winning this, easily defeating Larkin. Moskowitz is going to have a difficult general election campaign because Republicans
lose,
redrew this
probably.
district
Yep.
to try to knock him out of Congress, to try to put the seat into Republican
Yeah,
hands.
and now he's gonna
Trump
lose.
would have won this seat by almost double digits, and the Republican who's going to oppose Moskowitz, it's not, we don't have a result yet, but Scott Singer, the mayor of Boca Raton, is leading, and a lot of the math of the outstanding vote is pretty favorable to him. So, the other major headline of the hour is right here. Corey Mills, embattled Republican incumbent in Florida's 7th
Embattled.
district, with more than 3/4 of the vote.
The
Karen
fascist
Gotti
fight.
is trailing Ryan Elijah, and the numbers that have been coming in, the way these have been, it's been getting better and better for Elijah as the night has gone on. So Mills is in.
And do you know what else is interesting too that I've noticed is how, like,
of losing this primary.
you know, John Ossoff is definitely a moderate. He's not like moderate, not even like yeah, middle for sure. But because he's like actually using his voice against Trump in a good way, and he is, and he usually does. Like, he's good at it. He's a good speaker. He's really good at getting under MAGA skin, and he always has been. But like, the Democrats don't even like that for long, right? When Walz was calling MAGA weird, and it was working, and then MAGA cried, and then the Democratic establishment was like, okay, let's stop. But do you know what else was true? Is you built a populism around that. Like, you probably even had leftists that aren't moderate at all supporting Tim Walz and calling MAGA weird. But like I said, the establishment is so fucking cucked that they don't actually like, oh, we got to make both sides happy, and corporatism, we need Republican money too. We can't shit on them too long. But like, actually, if Democrats spent any, like, just a modicum of energy that the Republicans spend and how much they shit on liberals and the left, people would love it, but they don't. They don't. They want to play nice and both sides things and be centrist. But like John Ossoff and what he's doing, I like that. I like John Ossoff and really.
NBC News projects.
Oh wow, Corey Mills lost. Got him.
Elijah has defeated
Got him.
Republican Congressman Corey Mills.
Hell yeah.
In the primary in Florida's 7th congressional district. Mills, whose campaign was beset by scandal, by allegation, by the notable lack of a late endorsement from Donald Trump.
Isn't that Kristi Noem's boyfriend or whatever?
Like who's Trump sort of re-endorsed a series of candidates late in this race. Mills was notably not one of
the
them.
one time we cheer for a Republican because it's in the primary. It doesn't matter.
Sizable defeat in this congressional district.
Got him.
Again, Ryan Elijah defeating him. This is a district where in the general election.
Yeah, I know. John, I'm not saying Ossoff is
points in 2024.
a part of the wave that we're seeing. He's establishing.
Mills would be the nominee.
I'm not gonna like
with his baggage in a district like
if
this.
he's gonna be establishment, he better come with what he's saying, and he is.
That
So
plan was dependent on Mills winning this primary. Republicans have taken Mills out. Another House incumbent defeated in primaries this year.
Defeated.
They seem to have one every week.
every week.
Back to 9. We got an update.
Defeated. It's because of Trump.
The race is close.
Yep.
That's because of Trump. Even in the Republican Party. What does that tell you, though? Hold on. Let's zoom out. Let's zoom out because I know a lot of you guys are on the left and Democrats, and that's fine. That's fine. Let's zoom out, though. What is it? Look at. I know we're not really even spending much time looking at the Republican results but like the Trump-backed candidates are like losing. Except for Byron Donalds, but you literally had Nazis going, like actual Nazis, and James Fishbeck and some other loser going against Byron Donalds. Like, it was cooked from the beginning. Like, who the fuck is Jay Collins? I don't know. So, I mean, yeah, you're going to get Byron Donalds, but beyond that, like, Trump's endorsements are losing, even in the Republican Party. And they're choosing a non-Trump-backed candidate in the Republican Party, even though, like, the Republicans aren't any different from each other. They're all MAGA. But, like, it's even just, like Trump's name on a candidate, and people are, more often than not, again, except for Florida here, but more often than not, they're choosing the non-Trump-backed candidate.
Here's how it's breaking, right?
Little anti-establishment action in the Republican Party?
About 15
Not really, though.
points.
Because again, it's MAGA from the top down.
You
So
know,
it's
that
not
might,
really.
if that were to hold.
Whereas there's significant difference. Like there are very minimal differences between the Trump-backed candidates and the other ones. Like none. Actually, let's just say it, none. Whereas in the Democratic Party, the establishment candidates and the non-establishment candidates are like night and day. They're like night and day differences.
Green won it.
Green won the Osceola update.
Yeah, I mean, he gets 21% of it. So no, he didn't win it. Sorry, Martinez probably.
Or Chalifo.
Or Chalifo. Let me see.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's so many candidates.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just trying to see if there's any difference with Butler.
Yeah, Martinez gets 25, Chalifo gets 23, Green gets 21, Butler gets 18.
Yeah, I mean, Butler has to. Yeah, this is you're feeling real good if you're Green. You're feeling really good if you're Green. So Dan Green, a former Trump administration official, poured a lot of his own money into this. Again, rides a very strong number. This is Vero Beach, Indian River County, a very big number there. Butler's backyard delivered, but looks like not quite enough for him. Chalifo making a second candidacy here. I think probably wanted more out of this Osceola base, And again, there's a little bit here in Orange to come too. But again, the key here in Orange County is just with whatever's left. Green is doing better than Butler. And the one who could catch Green right now is Butler. But where's he going to catch him? He has to do it in counties.
He ain't going to catch him.
Not running well. We said it would get interesting with Highlands, and Highlands made it interesting.
Angie Nixon won.
I would say it's hard. It looks like that's not going to be interesting enough. But again, the winner of this is going to face off against Darren Soto.
You're looking for Florida District
Soto will be
21
running for re-election in a district. It's a very different district right now. This is one where Soto is going to be a pronounced underdog because of this redraw.
What district?
You know, that whole Butler area. You could just
can
see
go by district too.
That's all new to this district. Okay. We've called Ryan Elijah. We've called Casey Asker. We're still waiting. I see what's outstanding. The 25th, where Singer, it's looking, Singer's got to be pretty happy with what he sees there. And we're waiting on the
you guys can hit the like button on the stream, like the stream.
we're waiting for.
We're live on Twitch as well, guys. Live on Twitch, live on Facebook. We got Florida, Wyoming,
6th, we've Randy Fine,
Alaska, and a special election in California. That's what we got going on tonight.
Take a quick look here.
Take a quick peek.
Yeah, there was. I was Lois Frankel, Palm Beach County. Again, she got mixed up in this redrawing too. She was challenged on the left from Victoria Doyle. Doyle got no traction there. Clearly, I was curious if there'd be something there. I'm going to park this back on 9 because, all eyes are kind of here. But I said Florida goes fast, and we're 72 minutes in, Adam, and we are, in terms of the significant races here, we're waiting on whatever is left here in the 9th district, and we're waiting
A whole
on
lot of Florida right now, guys. What up, Portland, Oregon?
Again, I think is largely Miami-Dade down here, where Singer is crushing it. So again, just I'll put it up there. That's a little bit more.
I got to
complete.
share the stream out. That's why I'm like, where the hell is it?
We're also waiting on Florida 24, which we had done a couple of check-ins on.
Yep.
We've gotten one additional Miami-Dade election day vote report there.
Yeah.
Small amount of votes.
What's the election day vote looking like? Because we said this is one where we thought that would favor Gilbert potentially.
Yeah, so I see this was a 500 vote update, and Jones wins 34-24 over Gilbert.
Jones won the election day. Do we have a cumulative, or is that the only election day vote we've gotten from there?
Let me take a look.
Okay. That's.
Give me a moment to share this out.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
So, yeah, the cumulative is 32-29 Gilbert over Jones
In the election day.
in the election day, and with the advance vote.
This will help me.
going.
This will also, like, again, because some of these elections aren't going to be the most, like, they're not like the Abdul Al Sayed primary, right? We're like, like 50,000, like everyone was watching. But this will help with you guys knowing other names in the government,
Early, let me take a look.
or like people that are involved at least, because I bet you I bet you a lot of you only know a handful, right? Because you just see them on TV or on social media every single day.
A call in 25.
There are hundreds.
Well,
There are hundreds.
there it is. We knew it was coming, folks. We took you through the math. The story here for Scott Singer is that Miami-Dade delivered. It delivered for him in a big way. Did we get more there, or was it just sort of checking maybe? Yeah, so Scott Singer, the mayor of Boca, will win the Republican nomination in Florida's 25th district, and that sets the stage for a race we will spend an awful lot of time talking about this fall, I think. It'll be Singer versus Moskowitz, one of the 4 districts that Democrats, represented by Democrats, transformed by the DeSantis-led mid-decade redistricting. Republicans hoping to turn those 4 Democratic districts into Republican
good luck getting
seats,
support for
hoping it can affect
Moskowitz.
the math that would give them a chance at maintaining House control nationally. Of the 4 districts that Republicans are targeting in Florida.
And we could have the conversation too. It's like Democrats are going to be like, you got to support him. But man, I don't. I don't.
In a district that
I don't. So I don't know.
It's the closest of them.
I also like, by the way, I'm not a political influencer anyways, so I don't exist to try to whip people in to go vote. Like I do sometimes because I choose to personally, because that's just what I do. But my platform is not to whip people into, like, I don't have a, like, I'm not hoping that part of my audience goes out and gets active in the Florida primary, right? Because I wouldn't expect that.
The scale of the Trump success.
There are already influencers that do that. So going into this election season, like I did that a lot in 24. I was posting full support for these Democrats. And if they're going to be like Jared Moskowitz types, I'm not doing that.
District like this. That is the hope a lot of Democrats have, that if there's one they could get, it's this. The 22nd district, I should add, the 22nd congressional district. Again, one of those that was targeted
What up, Shash Crazy
by
Zoe?
Republicans, but it's also true that if you rolled back the clock in the 22nd district to 2020, Biden carried it. So I think,
for example, like, yeah, like, I mean, I live in Minnesota, but I'll shout out Abdul Al-Sayed as much as I can, for example.
The other 2 here would be, we say, Mike Beltran, former state legislator, will be the Republican candidate against Kathy Castor.
We got lucky with Peggy Flanagan in Minnesota, so all the Minnesotans support there.
11 points. Castor, as we say, it's a very familiar name in the area. And I think clearly that the biggest underdog, the one where Republicans, we don't have a, we just got another update, it looks like. Maybe we'll leave it here.
Yeah, we got
whoever wins this will be the clear favorite against Darren Soto, because this district was changed the most dramatically of all of them. What was the update we got?
We got 600 votes out of Glades County.
What was left in the Butler. No, there's still a little bit left out of Butler. How'd those 600 break?
52% for Butler.
Yeah, about this. What? How many votes are left in Glades? How many raw votes? What's that, like 300?
Our estimate is 500 right now. I think we're kind of looking around and trying to double check all these numbers.
What I'm thinking is that what's left in Glades, Butler could knock that down to like 600. He's down 755. He could knock that down to 600. But that, again, that leaves him short of green with only votes left probably, unless our expected vote is off anywhere else. Let's make sure it hasn't been, that'd be the other thing. If our expected vote proves to be off in Highlands, they haven't moved on Okeechobee, but yeah, with a couple hundred left in Glades and Butler getting those numbers with 500 left.
I don't know anything about them, so.
He could shave 150 votes off that green margin, but then he'd have to continue doing it.
I don't care about
where, again, this is what
Florida Republicans.
This is what it's looking like in Osceola, and this
Florida's pretty done
in Orange, where he's been trailing green, and both of them have not been getting a significant share of the vote.
DeMuth is a coup leader. She belongs in jail, huh?
Where he could shave.
Damuth.
Butler could take another 600 off if he got it down to 600.
Just 95% in. They don't want to call it yet.
25th district. Let me know if you have anything on the same day, election day vote split in Broward.
We just got those. We got 2 updates from Broward early on in the night. They didn't break out whether they were, whether the second update was election day. But when Jones was winning 41% In the first update, he was winning 38%.
Wait.
In the second update.
What was the first update?
The first update was
There's no reason to request an absentee ballot unless you can't be there in person to vote.
was 38-31.
Don't just do it.
Jones over
Just
Gilbert.
cause.
Okay. Well, I mean, we know they report out their early vote first. That's the state law. So, again, if there's one.
Florida
where
is the
9 to
one
7, it's not a
true
huge
free
difference
state.
to
Okay.
say it's gonna change.
All right.
So how many votes do
Okay.
you think are left in Broward?
I don't think you would see many Floridians
Okay, if
putting their life on the line against federal agents. It would mess up Disneyland or Disney World.
Which is what he's leading the overall count by.
You got
knocks that
corporate
down to
tourist stuff going on. There ain't no way. What do you mean free?
Right? How many votes are left in Miami-Dade?
It's looking like 12,000.
12,000.
Oh, we just got another Broward update.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Gilbert wins this.
Gilbert won it.
Yeah.
North
So he
Florida.
doesn't even knock anything off. So now we.
The Panhandle is
now
free.
I think we're approaching.
We're free
clarity.
there.
We've got. When our decision desk gets to 95, that's a significant number because we're basically getting to where we think the expected vote was. We think we've hit the expected.
Listen, we're gonna test and see how free we are in GTA 6. Don't
There
worry.
were more, so they're checking.
See what
but that
Florida's
could be
all
it in
about.
Broward. It often means that's it. And that's where Jones is getting his numbers from, to the extent he's getting numbers. And that
Numbers.
he actually loses the last update there, losing the election day vote there, that last installment of election day vote. So Gilbert actually increases. We were saying, a minute ago I was saying, what if Jones could take the remaining Broward vote and get it down to 950? Instead, Gilbert took potentially the remaining Broward vote and brought it up to 1326, leaving, as Adam just said, 13,000 votes left in Miami-Dade. And Miami-Dade, sorry, this is so small. Miami-Dade right now is breaking for Gilbert. Again, this is, he was the Miami Gardens mayor. And
So you win your primary, and the first thing you do is tweet at Hassan.
Gilbert was doing better here, right?
In Miami-Dade?
Yeah.
That's what it was looking like.
Yeah. So what was he doing? I know you.
I'm gonna I'm not even a big Hassan fan. Like I don't know. I don't.
Election day, 32.
But out of spite at this point, it's gonna be just straight out of spite because that's how I operate.
So that's the update.
I operate 1,000% under spite a lot, and like just because this is the energy, I am therefore now gonna just hate most establishment Democrats just because this is the energy. Like why are you tweeting at fucking Hassan after winning your primary?
It's not overwhelming enough where you can clearly say it's going to go for Gilbert with what's left. But there are a lot.
Clearly, it only exists to support Israel. There's nothing else. That's the only reason you tweet at Hassan, because Hassan is like a big voice for Palestine.
We're still at 755.
And so the only reason why you would do this is because of that.
We're looking at
He doesn't give a fuck about anyone in his district. That's insane, bro. You are literally you're insane.
Has been cleared here. We'll go through them again at some point here. But the headline: Corey Mills, Republican incumbent Corey Mills, handily defeated by
you guys down to be the community just to shit on establishment Democrats out of spite, guys? Don't need a fucking reason.
Survives redistricting drama.
tired of
saw
him,
her
dude.
running in the 20th district.
I bet I was always tired of him, but like now I have reasons to be.
Pretty easily. Jared Moskowitz easily beats a DSA opponent in the 25th district Democratic primary. And the big shock statewide, Angie Nixon crushing. I'll go back and I'll show you what that looks like right now in this Democratic Senate primary. Look at this. Angie Nixon crushing Alexander Vindman, double digits here. And, again, the interpretations of this will be interesting. I'd be very interested to see here, read the different interpretations of again, what this was how much of this was a failure on Vindman's part and a reaction to the shortcomings of his candidacy, how much of it was energy for Nixon. It'd be an interesting question, but it's the surprise. I think it's the surprise of the night. The headline of the night may be Mills going down, but that's not necessarily a surprise. This one's a surprise, and that leaves us with. And we saw it. We said down in the 19th congressional district, we do have now a Trump-backed candidate being defeated. So Catalina Loft losing despite getting a late endorsement from Donald Trump that I think a lot of folks thought would
It's
be the,
so fucking
seal the deal for her. Instead, she's going to be defeated fairly convincingly by Jim Schwartzel in this primary. For what it's worth, a little bit later on tonight, there is a gubernatorial primary.
looks like Hassan agrees.
He's got, that is crazy. He won his race, and the first thing he's got, the first person he has on his mind is a fucking Twitch streamer, dude.
That's why I'm against these fucking losers out of spite. Why do I follow him on Mercado Media? I gotta unfollow him right now. Why am I following Jared Moskowitz on my media channel? I don't even use this thing. I don't use this one. I fixed that. My bad. I don't use this account. I only use my one. Yeah, why are you tweeting at Hassan after winning?
Dude, I'm just reposting it. Dog, I'm a fucking Twitch streamer. Why are you thinking about me after winning your fucking primary?
Because they don't want to actually fight Republicans. They just want to fight people that represent an anti-establishment wave on the left. That's what I'm seeing. And that's why out of spite, I will I don't even give a fuck, dude. I don't care what people call me, but that's the establishment. Democrats are so fucked, and
that's
it's
me
just,
talking.
I'm sick of it.
Makes
I
me
am sick of it.
And in the 24th district,
There is no reality in which I will bend my principles just to get a centrist.
what it really
in
is
there.
coming
Like,
down
are you
to
out of
here,
your
what
fucking
it has
mind?
come down to is this Miami-Dade County.
Why are you even
where we
talking
still
about
think there's
Hassan?
12,000 votes left. It's election day vote, and the election day vote there has been breaking for Gilbert, but it's only been breaking for him narrowly enough that, for all we know, the next installment could break for Jones the other way by a few points. He's trying to make up 1,300, with 13,000 left.
This was happening in Dearborn. We're waiting for Wyoming and California.
You need to stop pushing public
The same thing for Jake in Minneapolis again. Protesters stomp on an Israeli flag as police blare police sirens. The IDF is getting closer. It's getting wicked. So you got flag of Israel stomped out. Large crowds of locals and counter protesters chase Jake Lang down the road. Oh boy. Jesus Christ. What were you hiding by the police car? Look at these people, dude. Good representation of MAGA here, actually. I'm scared. I'm gonna hold on to the police car, but I got my flag. So I'm holding the flag to troll you losers, but I got the cop is one step away. Help, police, help.
On the sidewalk, get over.
Police, help. But I'm here. I support you guys, except for on January 6th, though. So I don't think Jake Lang. I don't think it went well. Doesn't look like it went well for Jake Lang. Let me see anything new with the numbers yet. Nope, still doing Florida. Oliver Gilbert, Miami-Dade.
Total.
And what was Chevron Jones?
41.
Oh wow, I mean, there's
34-12.
The couple, the election that most of you guys cared about with Angie Nixon, she won,
slowly, but
and Moskowitz won,
even
which
it's,
sucks.
Look, it's
But
300, but again, we'll keep eyeing this, and we're going to keep eyeing this.
what are we
think,
looking at? Republicans. I don't care.
We will,
Confrontations continue at Jake Lang anti-Islam rally as police repeatedly attempt to disperse the crowd from the front at the Henry Ford Library.
Tuesday night.
Get out of the way.
Was this the spicy part? They're just kind of shouting stuff at each other.
You got Ed Markey.
Sheriffs on horseback. They had horseback sheriffs out there, huh? Wow, they had them in the marshmallow super suits. Super trooper suits. Wow, they had a cross. Boy, that is not the same horses and police as New Jersey. Holy shit, dude. New Jersey was like literally sending their horses full speed into the protest, guys.
It's coming in very slow.
These, they're just kind of like chilling. Like, this is wild.
I keep fooling myself with. Sorry
I
about
almost got ran over by one of the horses.
check mark for the 9th district. I keep missing.
Assholes by nature. Wow. So he got a bunch of South Park characters to show up for a Jake Lang event. Just yelling Jesus' name, that'll do it.
Look, very important.
That'll fix things. Wow, so good strat. So yeah, you put the okay.
People want to
Keep the horses inside the barrier. Dude, why didn't New Jersey do that and put the horses inside of the barrier in the free speech zone? Look at the horses, look so chill. Whereas the horses in New Jersey were like also about it too, not gonna lie. Like high key, the horses in New Jersey were like about that shit. They were having a good time. I ain't gonna lie. These horses look like they're fresh off like grazing. And like they're like don't want to be there at all.
We projected that race.
Those horses do not want to be there whatsoever.
Do you have a pick for the Alabama Stakes?
Jesus Christ, brother.
Well, counting stars is going to be like 1 to 5, and I'm okay. What I'm wondering, they're asking me a horse racing question. I know, like 0.2% of the audience. It's the big.
So yeah, so Jake Lang brought out Nazis, but he also brought out Nazis to counter protest him.
The field that's in there against their.
That was a question from Jimmy there.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh
there's
God.
a Chad Brown one in there that's a little interesting, but
What happened in this?
What's been your most surprising result?
Jake Lang is a Jew! Jake Lang is a Jew! Jake Jew! Jake Lang is
No, man, you don't join them, man.
Thomas, God bless the IRGC. These Jews want to take over America.
Nah, brother. L, fat L. And then like, oh my god, bro. Nah. Oh boy. No, bro. Nah. What do you do? Did they pull him away from there? Did this guy come and say, get the fuck away from the actual swastika wielding Nazis?
They would have killed you today.
Yeah, thank you. This guy, actually, thank you. Someone came and told him to get the fuck. What the fuck are you doing, bro?
God bless Iran. God bless Iran. Mean to them. They could go there. Palestinians get their land back. The Middle East could be peaceful. Hey, guess what? Nazis. They would have killed you today. No, they wouldn't. No, they wouldn't.
Oh my god. No, they wouldn't. Bro. Oh my god. If you do not have white skin with a background originating in Europe, but like specific to very specific places in Europe, you don't have like you are like gonna get put in an oven. Like let's just be 100. Like me, I would be put in a fucking oven, okay? Cooked, literally, physically, by the people you're standing there with. And this is like the Sneeko effect. This is the Sneeko. This is the right wing. This little anti. This is that little fucking weird shift because there's some right wingers that are against the war, okay, but like they're extremists and like they get fucking people that are like this wrapped up in their shit, and that's how this happens. No, they wouldn't kill me. No,
they kill me. I'm not cooking out there in fucking country. No. From Iraq. Okay, we don't want to do anything heinous to anyone.
we don't want to do heinous to anyone, but like we'll kill you later. But like we'll do that later though. Is basically how that just went. He didn't outright say, we wouldn't kill him. He's the homie. No, like you have brown skin. You are not included in their club. They will use you. Similar to how the Republican Party uses black and brown individuals and marginalized people. But like Nazis do it as well. That's where they get it from. That's where they literally get it from. They will use the brown person to further their message. And then when it's all said and done, they'll kill the brown person. Because there's no room for brown people in Nazi white nationalism America. Get the fuck out of here. I'm glad one of his homies came and said, what are you doing?
This guy's niggas have been saying that what we fucking hate Jews. We don't hate Jews. I hate Zionists. They're damn near the same thing. They don't lie. It's in their Torah. It's in their Torah. Right now, if you want to sin, you will not defeat Zionism until you defeat Jewish power. Whoa! Jewish power is why Zionism exists. If you don't like Zionism, you must defeat Jews. Whoa!
So yeah, there you go. America, we're in such a good place. We're so hot. The hottest country. We're just the hottest country right now.
Arrested for refusing to speak with the police.
I thought MAGA supported the Second Amendment. They don't support the Second Amendment now?
I'm not touching anyone, sir.
Can't have the Second Amendment.
See you later.
If we were a kifia with all that shit on there, Literally the kifia, it was it. That's it. Everything else, they would have probably thought you were a right-wing chub.
Guns out.
For what cause? You didn't give me probably. And there's tons of people, so you just take anyone's word. We took multiple.
There goes the Second Amendment. But like again, right-wingers don't care about that actually. The right wing cares about the Second Amendment when they can go out to the gun range and LARP. That's it. Like actually. Like they don't actually give a fuck about it.
For Jones.
They don't care.
Jones is now in a position.
But there's another example.
Left to come in Miami-Dade County. Jones would
What?
probably have to win the remaining vote here.
We just tuned in
double
at a
digits.
weird time.
That's probably the
Yo,
only
what?
way
Kornacki?
Catch Gilbert. So it's, again, it's not not impossible, but it would sort of go counter to what we have been seeing everywhere else tonight. So those are the two,
Where was the thousands of bikers? It looked like there was a group of 5 of them.
Again, this one, the winner here.
Okay, some more lowlights from the Dearborn situation that was happening. Oh, he was arrested for allegedly pointing a gun at a counter-protester.
Him right there. Take that shit from me, punk guy. Yeah, point it at me. I just fucking dare you. We'll have fucking shootout right here in front of everybody, nigga.
I went to go to my car to check on my dad, and he lifted his gun up at me after he took an offensive position on a tree. What the hell is that? Ain't that intense? They're scared of us. Let them have their gun.
Yeah, see, they don't want. Oh, look at how. Oh, MAGA anti-gun woke cucks. Are we being anti-gun woke cucks right now? What are we doing? We don't support the Second Amendment. No, they're screeching like gun activists. The guns. The guns. The guns. They're fake. MAGA is fake as fuck. Fakest clowns in the entire world, right? Fakest losers. Get their guns away. No masks. You can't do masks. You can't wear those. Oh, that guy can have his gun. Yeah. You can have guns on our side, but you can't have guns on your side. So on the right wing, when you don't like guns, you surround the person and yell Jesus Christ is King at them while crying that they have a firearm. Okay, so it's like the same.
Hallelujah! Jesus! Hallelujah!
Yeah, this is the move. By the way, protesters, you have a Second Amendment right, and you should do this. You should definitely do this more often. Absolutely. This should be the move, not fucking showing up unarmed. Like, are you out of your mind? That was like the most base thing I saw out of Louisville, Kentucky when we went there. And like they were holding, the activists were holding Breeway down with firearms. Like they weren't playing around. In Minneapolis during Operation Metro Surge, you had citizens posted up on the corner. Like, what's up? Second Amendment. Shall not be infringed, right? Right? MAGA conservatives? Huh? Anything? What happened to shall not be infringed? That's gone. But again, it's been gone since Alex Pretty was murdered.
This is not for mine! Amen!
Yeah, this is the move. Activists, Antifa, the left, wear guns or bring guns to the fucking thing. MAGA will cry. You want to flip the gun narrative right away? That's the one. Just being there, just exercising your rights. Just exercising your rights, and watch how MAGA cries. If you haven't noticed, they do that all the time when you exercise your rights.
Look at this fuck here. You can change clothes too. Hey, you can change clothes too. Whoa, dude. Put that down. Oh, you can't kill me.
Get that flag off the ground!
Get the flag off the ground. Well, dang. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, so what the hell was that guy? MAGA as fuck actually pulled up on him? What does the sign say?
Clothes too.
Dearborn, stop paying for marriage before work visa expires.
Oh, you can't kill me.
I don't understand this. Get the flag off the ground. Crowd chants USA, USA as possible counter-protester arrested. Okay. This was hours ago. They stood off against horses.
Back up. You're right. Step back. Back up. Yep, step back. Back up. Off the grass, please. Move off the grass.
Yeah, but what's especially egregious about this is they don't even have the blinders on the horses, like to try to, because like the horses don't want to be used for this purpose at all, and like crowd control. So they put the blinders on the horses or whatever, so that way they can be used how the police want without the horse having independence, or like they're taking away the. So that, I mean, the horses in New Jersey were just locked in. These horses are seeing everything, and they're like reacting to everything, and that could be kind of dangerous. That actually is kind of pretty dangerous too.
Okay. Okay. So
is Florida done yet?
We need to pre-tape a thing for Morning News Now and stuff.
So we're still waiting for Florida primary coverage, guys. Here's the results.
On your end,
Byron Donalds is going to be the Republican nominee, and David Jolly is going to be the Democratic nominee for the Democratic Party. So it'll be David Jolly versus Byron Donalds for Florida governor.
Take me, 2 minutes. You can watch us do it.
Some of the bigger Florida House district races, Randy Fine won his, but you got all terrible people running. I mean, what Dan Bilzerian, really? I don't know. Like, maybe, I don't know, man. Slop. All a slop.
We'll let you get to it.
And then the other one would be Moskovitz winning, unfortunately, in Florida. And then the big one for Florida, though, that people will be happy with is going to be the special primary for Florida Senate seat. And Angie Nixon ended up getting the Democratic primary for the United States. There you go. He's talking about it right now.
Angie Nixon, candidate running far
perfect
to the
timing.
left,
Thank you.
defeats Alexander Vindman. Vindman, a prominent name in Democratic politics. He was the whistleblower at the heart of the 2019 impeachment of Donald Trump during his first term. Vindman had been the heavy favorite in this race, had raised by far the most money, had brought in national endorsements, but he's defeated handily by Angie Nixon. She will go on, Nixon, to face in the general election Ashley Moody. Ashley Moody was appointed to this seat to replace Marco Rubio when he joined the Trump administration. Democrats had been hoping to make Florida a competitive race in the general election. Those hopes from the Democratic leaders were predicated on Vindman winning the primary. And so now with a candidate, again, running to the left, to put it mildly, Nixon joined the DSA, Democratic Socialists of America, during her campaign. She's going to try to win a general election in a state that went for Trump by 13 points against Ashley Moody, who had no problem winning her Republican primary tonight for the United States Senate. When it comes to the races for governor in the state, no surprise there in either party. On the Republican side, Congressman Byron Donalds, endorsed by Donald Trump early in this campaign, wins by almost 2-1 over Jay Collins. Collins, the lieutenant governor, he had sought the endorsement of his boss, Governor Ron DeSantis, in this campaign, but DeSantis stayed on the sidelines. He endorsed nobody. In the Democratic primary, no surprise either, David Jolly, a former Republican congressman, wins that primary handily. He'll be the Democratic nominee against Donalds. In the House, in congressional primaries in Florida, a major development in the 7th Congressional District, where Congressman Corey Mills, embattled by scandal, is defeated in the Republican primary by Ryan Elijah. Ryan Elijah, a local television personality in the Orlando area, handily defeating Corey Mills. Mills, who had lots of scandal in this campaign, pointedly, in the last days of this campaign, Donald Trump released a number of endorsements across Florida. Folks he had endorsed before, but he reiterated those endorsements. He did not reiterate his early endorsement of Corey Mills days before this happened. Mills, a House incumbent who loses. We've seen a number of those during this primary season. Other House incumbents who had difficult or potentially difficult primaries on the Democratic side, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, she's going to end up surviving hers. There was a bunch of redrawing of the districts in South
How is
Florida.
Wasserman Schultz? Is she good or no?
Leaving
that's a name that's very familiar.
Would be her district where her house is to run in this district, the 20th district. There was some controversy. It's plurality African American. The opposition to Wasserman Schultz was divided here. She wins this primary handily. It is a overwhelmingly Democratic district. Looks like she will survive and head back to Congress most likely. And in the 25th district here, congressional district, you see the Republican primary. This is Scott Singer. He's the mayor of Boca. He's going to be the Republican nominee against another Democratic incumbent who faced a it seemed potentially complicated primary here. Jared Moskowitz challenged by a Democratic Socialists of America endorsed opponent, Oliver Larkin. But in this case, Moskowitz wins. He wins handily. So it'll be Moskowitz against Singer in the general election.
I liked Oliver Larkin, but I think he emerged a little too late, or I don't know. Like, the amount of mainstream attention that finally the DSA was getting came too late for Oliver Larkin, I think. Like, if you're obviously aware of these candidates, then yes, but like, you got to be honest, it is a niche still. But this season, finally, the politics of Oliver Larkin have finally gotten into the mainstream. But for candidates like him, he needed more time in the limelight, and I think he will. I think, like, whatever, you lost by what, 12,000 votes, you know, you rally and you stay locked in, and Jared Moskowitz is an Israel cuck. Like, no one, he's going to get exposed eventually. So
we're still sitting on 726.
You just stay the course.
We showed you the math on Butler.
I think he'll be okay in the long run. But and the Democratic establishment aren't going to support Oliver Larkin.
What's
so
left up here, places he's not running well.
You know how it's going to go.
And in the 24th district, Jones would need to have something massive out of same-day vote in Miami-Dade, where so far he's not showing much sign of that. He would need to have that to overturn this in the 24th district. Again, the winner of this primary,
what up, Golden Tarkus?
It's overwhelmingly Democratic, so this is the de facto general election here, you might say. Adam, anything else on your end?
Some people mentioned that their Tuesday night plan is Taco Tuesday, so I say go enjoy
Taco Tuesday.
Right.
I should get a taco bowl.
Okay, yeah, no, I got Cheers, but everybody's got their own thing.
He's got numbers.
What's your Tuesday night?
Sleep.
Okay, that's a good one. That's
sleep.
Badly needed by you.
Not just Tuesday nights.
By everybody we've kept awake. Everybody in this studio.
Don't you do anything else? You don't have any other hobbies? Just numbers and sleep for these two.
Let's just enjoy it.
I'm with it though.
It's not the shortest one we've had, but it was
the most numbers I've encountered.
There's the music. I was hoping we'd get one more update. We didn't. All right, South Carolina next week. Let the countdown.
Oh, is that it then, huh?
The runoff. They're also a fast.
Are they not?
State.
Oh.
That'll probably be 6:45.
Are they switching over to their
7 o'clock? And
oh dang.
7 o'clock.
Are they not gonna do it? Oh, because it's late as fuck, isn't it?
We'll get it going.
They're not gonna.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have jumped the gun on that. Boy, I do need some sleep. All right, folks. Thank you so much. See you next week.
Okay. Dang, I thought they were gonna stay live through the night, but they got a rally, huh? Because you still have California, Wyoming, and Alaska. But the West Coast is tough, man. You're not gonna get this won't come in till like 1 a.m, Alaska. But also, there just really isn't a whole lot of interest. Like, yeah, that was about it. Was the Florida for today, I think. But it went well. I mean, Angie Nixon over Alex Vindman. That's something positive. But yeah, unfortunately, Jared Moskowitz, holds on. And yeah, what a loser to immediately tweet at Hassan when you win. Like, who does that? One of the biggest upset victories. Nice. Oh yeah, rally on this. Major upset. Angie Nixon. Small money beat big money against Alex Vindman. Debbie Wasserman Schultz won the Democratic primary in a new Florida district despite outcry from local and national black leaders. Yeah, she went against all black candidates in her district. I don't know what the heck's going on there. Where is that now? Sorry. What the heck's going on? Just the rich white Floridian Democrats? The heck's happening? Yeah, she's been around for a while, hasn't she? She's never going away. Longtime Florida Democrat wins controversial primary. Debbie Wasserman Schultz won the Democratic primary in a new district despite an outcry from local and national black leaders. Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz is projected to win her party's primary on Tuesday after a controversial move into Florida's newly drawn 20th congressional district, which is a plurality black. Wasserman Schultz's decision to run for re-election in the new district led to an outcry from local black leaders, in Broward County, and some congressional Black Caucus members. Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, who is black, did not endorse Wasserman Schultz in the primary. Why do they have to say that? Local black political leaders saw the white 11-term Congresswoman's move as a threat to black political representation, already imperiled by the Supreme Court's gutting of the Voting Rights Act. Despite the controversy, Wasserman Schultz was able to prevail over a divided field of 4 challengers, all of whom are black. They included organizer Ethan Manley, former Representative Sheila Sherfilis McCormick, and 2 Live Crew rapper. What? That was he was in the 2 Live Crew. I would have voted for him. Luther Luke Campbell, a real estate broker. 2 Live Crew member. That's crazy. Well, so she holds on. That sucks. I don't know. You're not gonna get much, like, probably. I mean, I go to Florida and it's great weather. I guess it's always warm, but it's. I mean, I truly like the Midwest. I think is the place where you're gonna get the socialists in first. Can we just be honest? You're gonna get socialists in the middle of the country first before you get the coastal states. They're too establishment, too much corporate money coming into these states, like it's in California too. So, just too much corporate, too much coastal eliteness. But you see how well the socialists are doing in the Midwest. Even like, I mean, Tiffany Hong lost, but I hope she sticks around because she didn't lose by a lot. So, I mean, win in the Midwest, win in the heart of the country, and then branch out from there. Trying I've traveled the world. I've traveled the world. There's countries that are similar to like the Midwest, like I'd say Eastern Europe is. Eastern Europe and Ukraine, those very similar vibes to the Midwest in the United States. But in the country, in the United States, when you travel to California, when you go to Florida, people don't, at least from what I can see, the sense of community, the sense of like we're here with other people is not there. Like people don't give a fuck about other people like they do in like Midwestern states, I guess. Like, and that's just what I've seen personally. So it's anecdotal. It's not saying that people don't care about each other in these places. I'm saying the culture of the state, the culture of the state, the vibes of the place. And then you come back to like, that's why I haven't left Minnesota, or like I haven't left where I live, because the people are like different. Okay. And obviously you've seen how that can play out in the most extreme form this winter, wherein like we see similar attacks from ICE agents in other places around the country. And it's like people will protest, but they ain't fucking, they ain't putting their body out there like that. Okay. Because people are looking out for their neighbors in like a very significant way. But that's why I think in the Midwest, you're probably going to have socialists win in the Midwest before anywhere else. Or like, I mean, did well in New York City, would see how well that would work maybe in New York, or I don't know. Like when it gets to like a Senate race in the coast, a party state full of crazies. But I don't know, like but that's what I'm saying. It's different states have different vibes. That's why people go to certain states just for vacation. And when you have a state like for vacation and not, I mean, I don't know, like the culture needs to change. And if the culture isn't going to change, that's like more community oriented, grassroots, you know, empathy, shit like that. It's not really gonna, especially the socialist policies are not gonna go far. And then also when you have the fact of the establishment Democratic Party is working against the anti-establishment left as well as the Republican Party. I mean, you're going against two established, you know, what's the establishment, but you're going against two pockets of money, billionaire money, from ultra fascists to corpo fascists. So, or nationalists versus corpo fascists, and like the anti-establishment's going to get it from both of them. Oh, Jake Lang has departed from the Henry. Okay, Jake Lang left on a Ford F-250. Just like a meme. Literally, yep. Yeah, but that side says that they just have opinions. It's just a equal but different opinion, so free speech, right? I don't think, yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to stay up super late chilling here. I'll probably give the numbers for Alaska and Wyoming tomorrow then. You know, very normal adult behavior to win to win your congressional primary and immediately start tweeting about Hassan. What a blowout. It wasn't even close. So fucking scared to death. Rick Scott should suggest Jared Moskowitz is just another Hassan Piker Democrat and it doesn't matter who wins. Yeah, true. So true. Yeah. It's all right. So after you win, you immediately think about Hassan instead of spending time with your team or family. Like, you gotta be a loser. Bro. Did he tweet anything else? Like, thank you to the one. Wow. Thank you to my district who voted for me. All the people that worked in my campaign, that worked tirelessly to help win. Thank you to something. Nope. But this should be framed, honestly. Remember this, okay? Because Hassan is Hassan, but anyone that will also share Hassan's brain when it comes to politics and policy, maybe not be like Hassan, but like fight for something similar. This is what's going to happen. Okay, you're going to have pushback from the Democratic establishment to the point where they have more interest in pushing back against you, the anti-establishment leftist, I guess, or whatever, but someone that's, you know, at least trying to get people to vote within the Democratic Party. It might not be for Democratic establishment candidates, for sure not, but they're voting within the Democratic Party if they win the primary. But we can see that the establishment doesn't want to rally around anti-establishment candidates. That's how it's going to go, even when they have a populism around them, which is wild, right? Because it's like, well, you're a party. You want more members of your party to be in the seats, right? Because you just have a two-party system. So therefore, the populism around the candidate should be who you really want to rally around, right? Because you want someone to sit in the seat to be a Democrat over the Republican, right? That's not how this works. It's like electability. And will they be able to get Republican votes, even though the Republican Party doesn't give a fuck about any of that? That when the Republican Party's in there, they don't care about Democrat votes. They don't care about, well, can we bipartisan this? Like, they just will hammer fist it no matter what, and then go on national TV when Democrats are like, no, we're not voting for that. And then they'll just cry and say, wow, Democrats don't like America. They don't want to vote for the Save America Act. They don't want to give Trump $1 bajillion for Israel. Wow, they hate it here. And they cry but that's the strat. But guess what? That they don't change it, and then they just keep doing it. But Democrats are different, and this is the energy that they got. The establishment Democrats want to tweet at Hassan and anyone that also shares Hassan's thoughts. And that's their energy. They don't care. Like, they do not care about actual, like, fighting against against MAGA. Thank you, Hassan. Very real. Take a guess at who I voted for. Wow. Like, why are you? It's because Hassan's community tried to help him win by actually putting in work to help him win, and not just hopium. Who did that? Who was working? Who was doing this for Moskovitz? Who was making calls for Moskovitz? Who was highlighting their efforts? Not even Jared Moskovitz, because he has more interest in tweeting at Hassan. Whatever, bro. Dorks. Yeah, nerds. I'm going to start forcing establishment libs to throw a ball, too. Like I MAGA. Like, just stop the debate and just throw a football at them or something and see how they throw a ball. Like, can you even play outside? Have you even tried to touch grass in your entire life? Have you even attempted to? All right. All right, well, I'm not gonna keep you guys forever then. How liberals think fascism works. We're gonna reform the Gestapo. You're finished. Yep. We gotta give the Gestapo body cameras. There you go. That'll fix it. Body cams. And then Italy said that they're gonna provide drones. Remember, like in the 40s, obviously. They're bringing drones in for an act of good faith. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna play Spider-Man now. All right, I'm gonna go on my gaming channel. I'm not staying up until. I'm not gonna sit here for 4 more hours just sitting here waiting for polls to close in Alaska. So I'll change the title. Sorry, Alaska and West Coast, but also could not get Battlefield 6 to work. Sorry about that. It's literally broken. I uninstalled it, which sucks because I wanted to play this. It's literally broken. I can't get it to run. I get crashing and it doesn't stop. And then I literally before this stream, I played Madden, no problem. I played all my other games, no problem. Battlefield just does not work on my computer. I don't know. So uninstalled. I'm done with it. I'm done with it until there's a significant update or something. But that sucks because I was looking forward to it. But tonight we're going to play Spider-Man. We've been doing a Spider-Man playthrough and having a blast. You got the new Spider-Man that came out. So we got Marvel Spider-Man. You also have Wolverine coming out soon. There's a Wolverine game that I'm going to be streaming through on my gaming channel. So, and also on Twitch too. Come on over here. I'll stream some random games on Twitch here and there, but I'm not going to stream playthroughs. Because I have to lower my quality. And on YouTube, I can stream in, oh, it's on, because it's on PlayStation only. That's why I can't find it. I'm like, why can't I wishlist it? It's a PlayStation game. I got to get it on my PS5. So you got Marvel's The Wolverine coming out. What's the release date? September 15th. So less than a month now. So I've been playing through the Spider-Man series because it's by the same people. Insomniac, who developed the Spider-Man. And now we're on Spider-Man 2. So if you guys like Marvel games, you guys like superheroes, this game's going to be super cool, I think. And it comes out in less than a month, and I will be playing it. So come on over and chill. And then I'll give tomorrow's primary results for California's special election, Wyoming's primary, and Alaska's primary during the daytime stream tomorrow. Okay, because yeah, it's their polls are not closing for hours still, like hours. Or anything we can talk about it on my gaming channel, maybe. So come on over, guys. My gaming channel is Mercado Gaming. Mercado Gaming on YouTube. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Had a good time. Another primary night. We got more primary coverage next week. So tune in then. So make sure you guys subscribe. I've been covering this the 4th week now in a row for primary coverage. Again, some of them are more exciting than others, so that's just how it's going to be. But at least now we know some of the playing field going into the general election against the MAGA. So come on over, y'all. Mercado Gaming on YouTube. See you guys over there. Like and subscribe. Join the Discord server. Thank you to everybody on Twitch. Thank you to everybody that became a thank you Powder Linux for resubscribing with Prime and everybody else. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
Blood on the wheel, blood on the sea, blood on the hands of all the ones that lie. Storms are coming, best to get to running, or stand your ground once the bullets fly. They call me Big Papa 'cause I'm ready to die. When you meet your maker, you can ask him why. They call me Big Papa 'cause I'm ready to die.
They just let them do it. They just let them fucking gas us. They didn't stop them. They didn't stop them. They didn't give a fuck. Seriously, guys?
They'll kill your mama. They'll kill your daughter. They'll kill your wife and your auntie and your sister too. Nah, they don't care none. Badges, they don't wear none. But soon enough, we'll all be shooting back at you. Really ain't a fucking thing you can do. We got way more guns, we got way more goons. If we stand our ground when the bullets fly, they call me Big Papa 'cause I'm ready to die. When you meet your maker, you can ask him why. They call me Big Papa 'cause I'm ready to die. They call me Big Papa 'cause I'm ready to die. They call me Big Papa 'cause I'm ready to die.
You better get fucking ready. You better wake up. If you think this shit's fucking just some social media shit, you ain't paying attention. 3 things are true. Number 1, the black community told us this shit for years. We didn't listen. Number 2, ICE is a white supremacist wet dream. And number 3, the government's not going to save you.